Hey YouTube, Campervan Kevin here. Well, today I'm in Prescott, Arizona. Campervan Kevin, I thought that you were in Tucson. Well, I was. But I got all my business taken care of. Most of everything. Saw my friends. Most of them. Had itchy feet. Had to put on some miles. My first stop was in Phoenix. I thought that Atlanta had bad traffic. Good gracious. Been a while since I've driven through a big town like that, but got through it. Stayed at a I think it was a casino right close to Mesa, owned by an Indian tribe, but only ended up staying there for one night. Look here where I boondocked. All these pretty yellow flowers, and I was like, you know, most casinos have tons of RVs. This place is nice. Where are all the RVs at? Well, next morning I was getting ready to go. Two guys come out on bicycles wearing yellow vests and CBs. I said, hey, how y'all doing? And they, oh, fine. Drove off. Rode off. Do you drive a? No, you ride a bicycle. They rode off. And then one guy, just about out of sight, he turned around and came back. He says, do you have your parking pass ticket? I said, well, I'd have one if I knew about it. I said, but I'm just passing through. I'm not staying. I said, I spent the night. He says, well, I really don't care. He said, but I'll let you stay here tonight, but if you stay here again, it's $25 a night. I said, to stay in a parking lot? He's like, yep. I was like, okay. Now I know why there's nobody staying here but just one or two people. This big casino. I've heard of $10 a night down there near Algodones, around Yuma. They're starting to charge that casino down there, maybe a few others. That's the first I ever heard of $25 a night. Stay in a RV campground for just about that. I know people that they carry tents with them. And they go to campgrounds and get a tent site, set the tent up, stay in their van or their car. I'm not saying to do that. I'm just saying I heard it's done. And gosh, tent spaces go for around 15 bucks. I'm not saying. Now I've got a tent that I carry in here. Not to do that, but let's say I found a really, really nice campsite, but I had to go get supplies, right? I'd put my tent down, set up camp, leave a chair. That way when I come back, chances are pretty good I'd have my campsite back. Hadn't had to do it yet, but I'll do it. Yeah, I've got a lot to talk about. Y'all ready for some jibber jabbering this morning? Or if you're watching it, some jibber jabbering tonight. A few things I want to tell you. First thing I want to do is show you where I'm camped at. I did the Walmart thing here in Prescott. Now, Kevin, you are saying Prescott just perfectly. How did you do that? Well, a guy here corrected me last year. He said it rhymes with biscuit. Prescott, not Prescott. And you know me, Southern boy, I know what a biscuit is. I can remember biscuit. So not Prescott, Prescott. But I've stayed here before, and I don't recognize any of the RVs, but it's been about a year, and I hadn't had any trouble boondocking here. But look at this mountain they carved into to build this. You know, up at the very top's a motel. You got several layers of rock. Shows up good on the camera. You can't really see it that well, the way the lights hit it. You can see it good now. But sometimes with the light hitting it, you can't even tell it. Got a fence up there. Don't want anybody falling off. But good place to walk. A lot of good eating. It's a real nice store. And here in the parking lot beside me, got an Olive Garden and an In-N-Out Burger. It's also a Dodge dealership right across the highway over here. Thankfully, I don't need them. 10,000 miles on the ProMaster. No issues yet. I like my van. Dislike my door locks, but I like my van. I am very much enjoying the new counter space here. Man, that's my step. Yeah, Daddy, that's my step. That's not no countertop. Well, I'm using it for both. But I plan on maybe hanging some spices under here, maybe a paper towel rack, put up a magnet to hold some knives and utensils. Coming up with all kind of ideas for it. The curtain's working out good. It was, I still have a few little gaps I gotta fill in. It's cold up here. I had ice on the windshield. I'd say it was in the low 30s last night. And that's a big change from being, gosh, it was getting up 80, 85 degrees in Tucson in the daytime when I left. Probably 60, 65 at night. So almost overnight, I dropped 30 degrees. So pull these curtains closed and was able to hold some heat in here. I think if I had it to redo, I might have made this a board or two wider. Still leave the dogs room to have a dedicated step here, but maybe make this, follow your hand, Kevin, maybe make this wall more solid. Then I could hang stuff on the front and on the back. I mean, it's not too late. It can be done. But because the curtain is kind of staying open a little bit anyway. I got to get some ties for them. But right now, you know, it's working. You build on something and use it a little bit, then you see how to improve it. Now, all of this is going to get recovered with fabric, but I'm not doing it right now. So, close these curtains up tight. And, oh yeah, let's talk about this cubby. I've been getting a lot of great, if you watched the video recently, I had to cut this hole out. So I had leg room. I'm real tall. I'm over 6'4", to stretch out. I was laying diagonally across the bed. Now I can lay put my head about where MaeMae is, and I can lay just at a slight angle. But I've had a lot of good ideas and suggestions on how to cover this bare metal. In fact, Mr. Steve, my carpenter, he gave me some reflectives, and I may cut that and put it in today. But last night, I carry these two pillows with me. I just like having them. Anyway, they fit perfect in this little cubby, and I just need one more, and then that's pretty good insulation right there. The mattress comes up to here and cuts the hole about in half, and then of course my covers and stuff, they go down there and fill it up good. So I think with just one more pillow, got to find a burlap canvas pillow, that's going to work. And if it's really, well, it's 32 degrees last night, but I had my sleeping bag, had my comforter, had my wool blanket and a cotton blanket and socks on. My feet didn't get cold. But when I camp in really extreme weather, I'll put all three pillows up and I'll just lay diagonal for a night or two. So, oh yeah. Normally, when it's cold, I've been using my 12-volt blanket, and everybody asks me, what kind of blanket did you get? It is a Road Pro, and it worked great until it didn't. A few weeks, well, about 2 weeks ago, it started kind of intermittently off and on, off and on. And it's got a 1-year warranty. And I found the receipt yesterday, but won't do me any good. This morning, this plug, the wire fell out the back door and I didn't see it, and I shut the door on it and I crushed my plug. So I'm done with that 12-volt blanket. I'm sure they would have probably warranted it, and when it worked great. And I went into Walmart last night and I was going to buy just an electric blanket and plug it into my inverter, but they were sold out. Dad, are you ever gonna get to the point? Baby MaeMae, I don't get to the point too quickly. That's a part of Southern charm. Don't you know anything? I know, but not everybody's from the South. Well, that's a good point. I'll get to the point. My sweet babies. Man, you can talk all you want. Gives me more camera time. All right. How do you like my paper towel holder and toilet paper cubby? It works. I'll find a better place to put it sometime. But you know, anytime I have an idea, I don't know if it'll work or not. I didn't know how this curtain thing, if it worked just a little bit or a lot or make any difference. I like trying and experimenting with new things. I'm working right now with a swamp cooler. We never had a swamp cooler in Georgia, but it's not quite ready for prime time. I hadn't learned how to use it all yet. But the point I'm trying to make is I don't know everything. I make mistakes. So, some of them are worse than others. I was camping in my van in the early 90s, living out of it. I've had over a dozen rigs. I got over 12 years full-time experience, all mixed up, living in sticks and bricks. It's all just all big old mess. But that's about how long I got in it. I make mistakes. I made a really bad one. It's funny now. It wasn't funny yesterday. It wasn't funny yesterday. So it turns out that Tucson is somewhere around 2,500 feet in elevation. Man, that's really tall, right? Well, it is a little bit. But turns out that Prescott is over 5,300 feet in elevation. And driving up here, I heard bottles popping. My bottled water and whatnot, I could hear the bottles crinkling and stuff as the difference in elevation changed the pressure. I've seen it before where like potato chip bags and stuff, they swell up really, really tight. When you do that, I knew what it was. Didn't think a thing about it. This is my Thetford Curve porta potty. Now, I have thoroughly enjoyed my Thetford Curve porta potty. Now that's the hose to my swamp cooler. That's where I keep my stove. This is my CPAP bag. Just makes a good place for storage. And that's my butter knife. Okay, let me set this over here. We've all seen a toilet before, right? I'm not going to open it up. If you want to know about the Thetford Curve toilet, there's a lot of resources online to learn about it. But there's something that I sure didn't know. Now this toilet is about as odor-free as you could expect a porta potty to be. Now we can talk about poop because we're an RV van channel, right? Boondockers, van dwellers, RVers. We talk about poop, but I'll still try to be polite about it. Okay, being a guy, it's easier for me than others, than women, but I just poop in there. I pee elsewhere. Okay? And if you keep the pee and the poop separate, don't stink hardly at all. Depending on temperature, but most of the time, very little odor. So I'm driving up the mountain, things are popping and whatnot, and I smell the toilet just a little bit. It's like, And I had just emptied it like a day ago. Maybe used it once. Really didn't have that much in it. I was like, why is my toilet smelling all of a sudden? I got chemicals I can put in it, but it doesn't stink. Hardly ever, so I hardly ever put chemicals in it. Well, I got here, got set up. When I use it, I pull it out. I pull it out here and either set this way or put my feet this way and use the toilet. Well, I pulled it out, run me a little water in it, did my business, stood up, leaned over, hit the little valve on the side. You remember all the pressure built up in all my water bottles and everything? There was pressure built up inside this toilet with some toilet water and my business sitting on top of it. And when I hit that valve, it was an explosion. I mean, it wasn't a little bit bad. It was like really bad. I just kind of froze. I kind of froze. Well, I can't say that word. So Tucker, how bad was it? Man, if I'd had a rolled up newspaper, I'd have hit you across the nose. All right, well that's enough jibber jabbering for today. I think my Martini, I think she's doing much better. My tongue feels a lot better. I'm gonna be okay, everybody. You're such a sweet girl. Yeah, still a little bit sore. About another 4 or 5 days I can start giving her dry dog food. Again, right now I'm just putting hot water over her udder, making it moist. Okay. This video's run long, so I'm going to end this little video right here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos. Hey, we'll see you again soon. Oh yeah, if you like my videos, how about give me the thumbs up? Also, click the notification bell. That way when I put out a new video, you'll know about it right away. Have you subscribed yet? Why not? All right. Gotta go. You guys take care. Bye-bye.